Welcome to the IM2 video lecture. This is going to be covering Unit 4, the test review sheet solution. In this video, I will be talking about questions number 4 and number 5 because they are similar. Number 4 asks us to factor by pulling out the GCF. So let's do that. So the GCF is the greatest common factor. Okay, to do that, we can just expand out each term. So 2x squared is equal to 2 times x times x. Then we have 16x, which is just 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4 times 8 times 2 is 8 times 2 is 16 times x. Then we have 24, which is just 2 times 2 times 2, which is 6 times 3, which is then 24 times x. We circle the like terms, which is the 2, which is going to be considered the greatest common factor here. All right, then let's see what is left here. All right, so we're going to underline what is left. After we pull out the GCF of 2 from the top and x squared is left, from the 16x, we have 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8x is left. And then here we have 2 times 2 is 4 times 3 is 12 times x, which is, oh, sorry, there should not be a 12x. It's not 24x, it's just 24. So it should just be a 2 times 2 is 4 times 3 is just 12. A 12 is left. Okay, you have to understand what is left to write this. So we're going to pull out that GCF of 2. Then what's inside the parentheses is what's left. And x squared was left plus an 8x from the 16 plus a 12 was left from the 24. Okay, from here, now you can factor it using the diamond method. Okay, so a is going to be equal to 1, right? B is still equal to 8, and C is equal to 12. Let's do our diamond. B equals to 8, C equals to 12. Two numbers that multiply to make 12, that adds to 8. I think it would be 6 and 2. 6 times 2 is 12, so that works. Then we do 6 plus 2, that gets us 8, so that worked. So our factors are P equals to 6, Q is equal to 12. So in factor form, it would be x plus 6 parentheses x plus 2. Okay, is that correct? No, we also have to bring down that 2. The 2 was the greatest common factor. You cannot bring that down as well. Okay, so remember, we only factored what was left inside the parentheses. Okay, there you go. These are your factors. Okay, good. So same process for number 5. First, let's find the GCF, which is considered the greatest common factor. Okay, let's expand each term out. So 5x squared is just 5 times x times x. And then we have 35x, which expands out to 5 times 7 times x. And then we have 60x, which is just 5 times, what is that? 60 divided by 5, 12. Okay, which is just 4 times 3 times x. You could break down the 4 if you want, but I already have what I needed, which was the 5. The 5 was the GCF here. So I put a 5 here, put a parentheses. What is left? Let's see what's left. From the 5x squared and x squared was left. 7 times x is 7x was left. And then 4 times 3 times x, which is 12x, which is also left here. So what do I have left in here after I pull out the GCF of 5? X squared plus 7x plus 12. Why do I keep putting an x here? It's just 60, right? There's no x for the 60. All right, now we use the diamond method. So A equals to 1 right here, B equals to 7, and C equals to 12. So here we have B equals to 7, C equals to 12. Two numbers that multiply to make 12, which is 4 times 3. That makes 12, so that works. And then 4 plus 3, that gets us 7, so that worked. Okay, so P is equal to 4, Q is equal to 3. The numbers are x, your factors are x plus 4 and x plus 3. Okay? Nope, you also forgot the 5. Okay, the 5 was also there. There you go. Those are your factors. Okay? Now, let's take a look. The next one asks us to solve. But we know what the factors are. So, like what we said here, okay? We can set the factors each to 0, then solve. Okay? So that is the same method as we are going to do. So, we have the factors here from the first one. Okay? Look, it's the same problem. So, if I factor that out, it equals that, then we set that equal to 0. Okay? So let's take a look. We have x plus 6 equals to 0. We subtract 6 to both sides. Then you get x is equal to negative 6. Then we also have x plus 2. That equals to 0. We subtract 2 to both sides. Then we get x is equal to negative 2. Here are your solutions. That's it. Next, let's look at B. Same process as before. Let's grab the factors. This was its factors. And we set the factors equal to 0. All right. So in this case, we do x plus 4 equals to 0. And we do x plus 3 equals to 0. So we subtract 4 to both sides. Then we have x is equal to negative 4. Then here we subtract 3 to both sides. Then we have x is equal to negative 3. There you go. Those are your solutions. All right. So that is how you do 4 and 5.